Welcome to OMARanger004, and in today's story it's gonna be Power Rangers vs the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Join me on Patreon by OMARanger004. Your small donation helps the channel in these trying times. Now let's get back to the story. Now there is one thing that is constant among people: no one will ever know a person better than the people who grew up with them, the ones a person has won with, lost with, and changed with. Sure, the person may end up fighting with those people or drift apart, but that will never change the fact that they knew that person before they knew themselves, and that bond can make them family. However, in the sunny streets of Angel Grove, the Power Rangers are fighting against Readover Pulse's octopus monster Apocalypticus. However, as the Rangers are fighting, Zack asks the one glaring question that's been on everyone's mind. Where's Tommy the Green Ranger? Jason tells them that they have fought without Tommy before, they just need to stay focused. If they're going to defeat this monster, they're going to need the Power Blaster. All 5 Rangers combine their abilities to create the Power Blaster, and it tears through Apocalypticus, leaving them once again as the undefeated teenage team of Angel Grove. But meanwhile, over in New York City, another teenage team, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, are trying to entertain themselves while they take on more of the Foot Clan. Mikey says shoes, totally shoes, and Leo says maybe hair, and Donnie tells them it would have to have 5 fingers. As Mikey slices through another of the foot, he asks Raph if there's really nothing that he would enjoy more about being human, and Raph tells him no. Now stop asking, we have a job to do. Mikey Raph grabs a hold of one of the foot soldiers and rips off his mask to reveal a teenage boy. The boy quickly kicks Raph in the face, and his Raph wipes his mouth. He says everyone gets one pretty boy. Let's see how Raph is knocked away after a hard hit from the boy, and Donnie asks, did Raph just get knocked back by a foot soldier? The boy calls out to the rest of the clan to fall on him. Ninja vanish, and as the smoke grenades hit the ground, masking the foot soldiers escape. Mikey asks, yeah, did he really just say ninja vanish? Aren't they supposed to just do it without saying it? Leo puts away his swords, asking Raph if he's alright, and Raph scoffs, stating, yeah, the kid just got lucky. If there's one thing that would be nice about being human, I wouldn't be stuck with the 3 of you. The next day at the Rangers Command Center, Kimmy asks, can we track his Morphe or something? It's been weeks. Everyone is worried about Tommy. He said he has some family stuff to take care of and that he'd be back, but it's been weeks. Zordon tells her that Tommy has yet to use his Morpher. If you were in any sort of trouble, they would know. There is a chance that he simply needs some privacy. Jimmy rubs the back of her neck, stating maybe Rita grabbed him and he's fighting an evil version of himself. In another dimension, Alpha stops them, stating we will continuously scan for any sign of a morphin energy. When Tommy morphs again, you'll see it and we'll find him. Meanwhile, over in New York, Master Karai tells the young foot soldier that his actions saved many of their clan tonight. He's made quite an impression in the 3 weeks that he's been here, so much so that her master has given her a special task to give to him, but before she grants it, she needs to know who is Tommy Marshall and what does he want. Tommy, yes, the Tommy of the Rangers, tells her that he wants more. All his life he was tossed aside by friends and family, like the world takes care of everyone but him. And when he heard about the Foot Clan, a place where people come not just to survive but to fight for what's theirs, well, if there's one thing he knows is that he's always up for a fight. Later that evening, Tommy sneaks into Mason Technologies to acquire a very special item, and as he falls into the lab, he takes the small device and a voice says that he really didn't stick the landing. Gonna have to give you a 6 for that. Tommy looks up to see the turtles, and Leo asks Mikey, are you gonna call it or what? Mikey leads the charge out of Cowabunga, and at the same moment Tommy calls upon the power of the Dragon Zord as Tommy stands there in the Green Ranger power suit. Mikey then asks, are we really fighting the Power Rangers? Before engaging, Tommy asks, why have you monsters been following me this whole Time and Mikey attacks, telling him yo, there's no need for name calling, that's pretty rude. Tommy dodges an attack from Leo and tells him I don't want to cause any permanent damage, so how about Raph rushes and telling him you talk too much. It's time for round 2. Dragon Boy meanwhile outside, the rest of the Rangers teleport in and Jason asks is this really the spot. Kimmy says that if Tommy morphed here he must be in danger, and just as she finishes her sentence, Tommy is thrown through the wall onto the roof with Leo stepping out stating oh look at that, somebody called for backup. Zack looks at the turtles and tells everyone that Finster must be running out of ideas if he thought that this was good. The two teams charge in at each other with Leo crossing swords with Jason telling him you know that's a nice sword, and Jason tells him thanks. Donnie stops fighting with Billy, stating I know we're supposed to be fighting but I have so many questions for you, like are you guys extraterrestrials or are those polygenic hybrids? Wait, your powers, they're supernatural based, are they? Oh, and the big one, how did the green dude play the flute through a metal faceplate? Billy pauses for a moment telling him guys, this one's much smarter than Rita's previous monsters. Mikey and Zack go back and forth with Mikey asking aren't you guys supposed to be like the good guys, and Zack swings telling him yeah, just ask anybody. Mikey then says well, if that's true why are you working with Shredder? And Zack stops him, wait, what's a Shredder? Just outside the fight, Kim runs to Tommy stating hopefully the turtles knock some sense into you, because if not I'm going to. Tommy, what the heck is going on? Tommy tells her I did everything to not get you guys involved, but I can't speak now, I have to go, and I know this is asking a lot but you're gonna have to trust me. Kim turns in frustrating, shouting off fine, just go. Tommy, before Tommy could leave, a Raft swings at him stating hey, we ain't done yet. Dragon Boy Kim kicks Wrath before he can make contact, telling Tommy go, we'll handle this. But as the Rangers and the turtles continue to fight, Karai watches from afar stating that the green one has escaped. It would appear that he is successful in his retrieval. Master, if you had just said that Tommy was a Power Ranger from the beginning. And the voice behind her tells her that confidence must be earned. If all goes as intended, Tommy Oliver will bring up what is required and the Power Ranger will be mine to command. As the Shredder steps out into the shadows, he perches himself to watch the fight as tensions continue to rise. Back on the rooftop, Jason asks why are they attacking their friend, and Wrath asks what do you mean your friend is thieving for the foot? Trini asks these feet, are they bad? And Leo tells her yeah, ancient evil ninja clan. Billy then asks why didn't anyone ask why Tommy was stealing, and Mikey says your buddy bailed a while ago. Raph then asks are you sure the green guy didn't go like all evil again? And Zack asks wait, how did you know about that? Raph says Donnie here is a fan of yours. Donnie calls out I am not that big of a fan, it's just that your ranger station is pretty cool, plus the big guy is funny. As Jason and Leo clash one last time, they both step back yelling that is enough. Jason goes on telling everyone this fight is over until we figure out what's going on. Ralph tells him when we find your green friend I'm gonna take out my science, but Donnie stops him, don't mind Wrath, that's just how he makes friends. Before the two teen groups can go on, the sound of a helicopter can be heard and Leo says that's our cue. How about it though, you can follow and explain what's going on before we get on Channel 6 News. A short while later, the Rangers are huddling up asking are we sure about this, and Billy whispers that Zordon said it was okay. Kimmy says that they're about to break the rule that they never break, and Jason tells them I know, but remember we're doing this for Tommy guys. Everyone turns back and Jason tells them my name is Jason and I'm the leader of the Power Rangers. As the helmet fades, everyone else removes their stating their names, and Donnie says look, they're just regular people, and Leo then tells them that they can have their introduction while they walk. Come on, sun's almost up. Once they get into the sewers, Kimmy asks why they live in a sewer, and Mikey tells her it's killer right, I can give you a tour if. But before he can go on, another voice shouts asking are you guys insane fighting the Power Rangers out in the open? Do you know how close you came to being exposed? As April O'Neil Walks in. Ralph tells it to relax. Remain nice. See meet the Power Rangers. Zack whispers and points to the corner of the sewer, asking if they're just supposed to ignore the giant rat over there. Master Splinter tells them it's an honor to meet you. I must apologize for my son's presumptuous actions. Jason tells him everything is fine, sir. Mistakes were made on both sides. And Splinter goes on, very well, please sit. Tell me how we may serve those who have served so many. Meanwhile, over at Shredder's stronghold, the Technodrome, the foot trains when Tommy pulls one of the ninjas into a side room. The ninja screams and Tommy yells, Tyler, don't scream, it's me. And Tyler asks, what? Tommy, how? Wait, you're the new Foot Elite? How the heck? Tommy tells him, I'm here to save your life. Come on, we can go out. The end. Before you ask, your dad called. Said his son went missing after getting mixed up with a martial arts cult. Tyler quietly yells, this is not a cult and Richard isn't a real. Tommy spins back to quiet. I'm asking, do you have any idea what's going on here? These aren't some kids smashing bottles on the street, it's domestic terrorism. Tyler then asks, why do you care? We haven't seen each other in years. Tommy looks forward, telling him we can talk about all of this when we get out. First we need to. But before he could finish, he's stunned from behind. Tyler radius, it is done. Moments later, Shredder appears, telling him you've done well. The Foot Clan accepts your offering. The next morning, the Rangers and the Turtles get to work trying to locate Tommy. When Donnie asks, did you see the robot? His name is Metalhead. He's made out of stuff we found on the sewer. What are you working on over there? Billy tells him it's pretty cool. We have a robot too. As for what I'm working on, our morphers are extraterrestrial in origin and they carry a unique radiation signature. After a few tweaks, this Geiger counter can be used to turn into a morphin tracker. With it, we'll be able to find Tommy and really figure out what's going on here. Later that night, Karai watches over a group of Foot Elites who are training and tells them to make sure that they will never let their guard down. They never know when the enemy can strike. A voice tells her that she really couldn't have said it better. Just then the Rangers and the Turtles break in through the sun window and Jason tells everyone hit him hard. As the fighting begins, Mikey asks Zack what are his top 3 and Zack says, oh well, pepperoni, sausage and garlic and as much pineapple as possible. Mikey stops him. Pineapples? That's gross, dude. Mine are jelly beans, onions and butterscotch. Breakfast to champions right there. Leo and Jason focus on Karai and she asks, really 2-on-1? How chivalrous of you. Leo swings, telling her you've been practicing, and Karai kicks both back, yelling, and you obviously haven't been. Jason gets up, stating that he's studying Musashi, and Leo tells him that that is why with his single sword use he should be using a Jinganuryu attack. But as the two debate on which attack would work best against Karai, there's a loud thunk as a pot bounces off of Karai's head. Trini says, we could not overthink it, and hit her in the head. When everyone finishes up with the rest of the Foot, Jason sits Karai up, telling her, I'm gonna need you to take us to your friends. Karai last stated that Tommy has such powerful friends, yet he attempted to infiltrate our organization all by himself. Perhaps he doesn't care for you as much as you care for him. Leo grips his sword, telling her that she's going to take them to the Technodrome, or Karai tells them, you should know I will never turn on my clan, and even if I could it already would have been too late. Over at the Tech Node room, Tommy begins to wake up, asking where's Tyler. Shredder tells Baxter Stockman that it would seem that our new friend is awake. I was expecting a little more resilience from a Power Ranger. Tommy begins to call Shredder master, but Shredder stops him, stating we can forego your theatrics, we both know why you're here. Those in Dimension X are well versed in your Power Rangers. Tommy quickly grabs his morpher, calling upon the power of the Dragon Sword, and then he asks, if you both know, then how about we go one-on-one? Shredder picks up a device, telling him another time, perhaps right now. As Shredder turns back, the box that he picked up fires a massive beam into Tommy. Tommy screams out in pain, falling to the ground, and Shredder says, I appreciate the demonstration, but I'll take it from here. While Shredder drains Tommy's energy up in the Moon Palace, Rita Repulsa screams, aw, someone has my power coin. There's been a shift in the morphing Grid as if a door is subtly smashed open. Power is changing. The universe is in flux. Squad asks that if someone has the power coin they can't use it right, and Finster strokes his whiskers stating, I will make a monster right away to retrieve it, and Goldar shouts, please allow me to take care of the matter. Rita tells them no, we must all deal with this. We will hurry to Earth and retrieve the coin. But it is possible that some of you might not return. As Rita leads everyone through a portal, a gruff voice then asks, what do we have here? Rocksteady says, looks like we got ourselves some trespassers. Hey Bebop. Bebop snorts, sure looks like it. And what's that smell? Someone's scared. Squat then says, how are these guys uglier than us? And Babu tells them we probably shouldn't make fun of the guys with the guns. Shredder steps out of the shadows telling them, I warned you that someone like her would try to interfere. She may call me, but Rita stops. I'm telling him I don't care who you are, only what you possess. The dragon power coin, return it or all melted this monstrosity to the ground. Shredder scoffs, taking out a morpher, shouting Dragonzord as the room fills with emerald light. Shredder stands tall as the green Ranger, telling Rita, if you wish to have your coin back you're more than welcome to try, as the room fills with an emerald light. Shredder stands tall as the Green Ranger, telling Rita that if she wishes to have her coin back she's more than welcome to try. She lashes out, shouting, you are a fool, you've corrupted the coin, and Shredder dodges her attack, telling her, I must say I've never felt anything quite like this before. The speed, the strength, the raw power, it's intoxicating. Bebop opens fire at the lackeys, yelling, we gotta hurry and poke our heads out for a bit, and Vinster shouts, you shouldn't even be here. Reda hits Shredder with an energy blast, telling him, you are not the first one to be seduced by the power coins. I have defeated a far greater foes than you. Shredder takes the hit, getting knocked back, but as he stands up he says, I have already broken one Ranger today, and soon I will break them all. Will you be standing in my way or by my side? Reader strikes again, and Shredder tells her, your power is quite formidable. I have power for allies in another dimension. In fact, they know of the Rangers and believe that the two of us can do great things together. Rita jumps back, stating, I bow to no one. Shredder goes on, stating, neither do I, but perhaps a little partnership in service could. Rita asks to destroy our enemies maybe, but when we're done we will finish this little dance. Shredder laughs, I would expect nothing less. In fact, I look forward to it. Meanwhile, back over at the Technodrome, Tommy scoffs, asking, card duty? Awesome, this is the reward you get for stabbing a friend in the back. Just open the cell so that we can. But Tyler, the friend that he showed up for, tells him, no, I will not dishonor the clan. And Tommy says, really? Look, I know what it's like to be brainwashed. All of this is and Tyler shouts, no, again, you do not get to talk your way out of this, Tommy. Some of us aren't born as lucky as you. And Tommy asks, what are you talking about? We grew up on the same streets, fought the same fights ever since we were 7, Tyler. And Tyler points to Tommy, yelling, and you're the one who left. Tommy stops, stunned. Left? I was adopted. What was I supposed to do? Say no, sorry, new mom, but the boys' home is a little too cozy. Tyler laughs, well, while you went off to California to do some surfing I had to find my own way to survive. The foot gave me strength, purpose, and people who always watch my back. Tommy asks, in exchange for what? Your soul. This is what you get for breaking the law and lying to everyone. I don't even know who you are anymore. Tyler, back over in the sewers though, Zordon sends word of that he and Alpha just detected a large spike in the morphin energy just outside of the city. Tommy's morpher just went off. Zack says, see, everything's fine, we'll go find him, and Jason tells him, yeah, but how are we gonna protect Tommy from Kim? Leo asks, do you need us to tag along? And Jason tells him, look, I appreciate it, but until we know what's going on with Tommy it's probably best that we're the ones to talk to him. Rangers, it's morphin time. As the Rangers all transform into their suits, Donnie watches, asking, are your clothes underneath your outfits? A short while later, after teleporting over to the docks, everyone walks through a quiet warehouse, so Trini asking if it's just her or does this place have trap written all over it. Kimmy tells her that she was just hoping that they would find Tommy before those Feet guys wait over there. Tommy, where are you? But as they see the Green Ranger turn, Shredder tells them no, not Tommy. Soon a giant blast shoots through the warehouse, hitting everyone, and as the light fades, everyone sees Trini and Kimmy have reverted back without their powers. The others chased after Shredder, asking what did he do. Billy tells them that they need to wait, but Shredder turns, hitting him with another blast, and all three of the boys revert back to their normal clothes. Jason grabs his morpher to power back up, but Shredder knocks him to the ground, telling him, I wouldn't do that, this won't take long. Over at the command center, Zordon tries reaching out to everyone, but he's not getting a response. Alpha is frantically working at the terminal, yelling that there is a distortion field surrounding the Rangers. There are more signatures, they're gone, there's no way to teleport them back. What do we do? Zordon tells them that they'll do what they can, quickly contact those teenage turtles back at the warehouse. Shredder fights the unmorphed Rangers, telling them that their skills are considerable, but you lack stamina. After knocking Kimmy away, Shredder grabs Billy, telling him, you do not deserve these powers, who are you without them? Trini turns, kicking Shredder back, freeing Billy, stating that she really hoped that hurt. Jason charges in, demanding to know what Shredder did with Tommy, and Shredder tells him the same thing that's about to happen to you. And just then a voice calls out, hey there, Lawbreaker, remember me? Casey Jones jumps down, cracking Shredder in the head with his hockey stick, telling him, you still fighting teenagers? You really need to get a new hobby. Shredder quickly jumps to his feet, slamming Casey and Zack to the ground, stating, it was foolish of you to interfere, but I would expect nothing less as more ninjas appear. Billy asks Casey, are those guys with him? Because we could really use some help right now. The Foot Clan soldiers surround Shredder, and he tells everyone, just give up your coins so that we can end this. Jason gets back up, stating that if they're going to fight without their powers, Trinity tells them, then they're going to lose. We have to run. Jason, as the Rangers run back outside of the distortion field to escape, Shredder tells Rita that the Rangers are powerless. She may begin when ready. Just then, in downtown, a monster begins to rise, and a giant flaming tiger shouts, come on, New York, let Wildfire show you a party. Over at the command center, Zack says, great, a pyrokitty from space, fantastic. Jason tells Zordon that they have to help, but with whatever Shredder hit them with, they can't morph. Zordon says, yes, Alpha detected a molecular disruption field affecting your DNA during teleportation. The power coins remain active, but the 5 of you cannot unlock them. Billy fixes his glasses, stating that if they can't use the coins and they need to be in 2 locations at once, you may have a radical suggestion. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are looking at the morphers, and Mikey simply asks, yo, do we get to pick our own colors? A few moments after Mikey asking about the colors, they arrive in New York, and the Turtles in April teleport in, with Mikey asking, does everyone have their arms? And Donnie tells them, you don't have to ask that every time we teleport. Mikey Ralph looks down into the street where Wildfire is and tells Leo, yeah, I don't like the idea of fighting out in the open like this, and Leo tells him, I don't like it either, but that's what these morphers are for. Right, all right, Turtles, it's morphin' time. Donnie calls on the power of the masked Dawn. April the pterodactyl, Leo as the Triceratops, Mikey as the saber-toothed tiger, and Raph finishes up with the Tyrannosaurus. Together they are the Turtle Rangers down on the sewers without their powers. Kimmy, the former Pink Ranger, asks if they're just going to sit here and wait. They should be able to do something. They have to help save Tommy. Splinter says that their friend Kimberly is brave, as he has often had to remind his son's strength can be lost, speed can be taken, but these things do not define who they are. They are not Rangers because of their amorphous. They have their morphers because inside they are all Rangers. Adaptability, camaraderie, trust, and focus. These things can never be taken, and they will forge them into the warriors that they already are. As the Rangers get dressed into the ninja outfits with jerseys, Kimmy asks if they can wear these all the time now. Zack then says, all right, Ninja Rangers to the rescue. Baby Casey tells him that they should have gone with matching hockey masks, but hey, to each their own. Splinter tells the Rangers that they must let the shadows be their guide. Stealth and secrecy are their greatest allies. Now go find your friend, and most importantly, protect one another. Meanwhile, in downtown, April rips through another putty soldier with her bow, stating that she doesn't know what's up with these coins, but she's never shot an arrow in her life. And right now she's Robin Hood. Mikey jumps in, yelling, "Totally, my Chuck's got these daggers on them now." Raph cuts through a putty, telling them they're missing the best part: these things are human, we can finally cut loose. April then turns her focus on Wildfire with her arrows, and they all burn to ash before hitting them. She says that she was hoping for the real Power Rangers, but the 5 of them will cook up just as nicely. Back over at the Technodrome, Stockman fills a syringe with a compound, telling Tommy that before Shredder executes him he would like to take a few samples of how the energy from the morphin grid affects cellular structure, mostly brain, spinal and bone marrow to start, and sadly this will hurt a lot. But just as he gets ready to go into Tommy, Jason steps in, telling him, "Yeah, creepy Dr. Villain, this will hurt." As the scientists are all fleeing, Tommy looks at everyone, telling them, "Cool outfits, thanks for the Zack." Stops. I'm telling him, "You can apologize later, for now we have to get out of here." Over in the streets, the Turtles continue their battle against Wildfire with very little success. Donnie then says that it's time for them to bring in the real firepower, so they all call out their power weapons to form the Turtle Power Blaster once constructed. Raph says, "Right, what do we do now?" Don tells him it's simple: pull the trigger and yell "Cowabunga." The Power Blaster tears through Wildfire in a bright prismatic light, followed by a loud cook-a-boom. Everyone high fives, and April tells them that they need to take a girl into battle more often. Back at the Technodrome, the Rangers fight their way through waves of Foot Clan soldiers, when Stockman over the paw tells everyone that in an effort to expedite the Rangers' eventual surrender, may I introduce the next step in evolution, the Putty Soldier Elite, a combination of our most powerful foot soldiers and that extraordinary versatile putty substance. Putty soldiers eliminate everything that stands in your way. The Putty Elites charging, attacking anything that moves, with Tyler yelling out that the human soldiers need to stay clear of the putty and focus on. But that's when one of the Putty Elites takes down a foot soldier, and Tyler yells back, "Let him go." Tyler rushes in to kick the putty away, shouting that they're on the same team. "What are you?" But as the putty lunges for him, Tommy kicks the elite away, yelling to get away from his friends. He then looks back, asking, "Do you see now? The full clan doesn't care about anyone. This place will eat you alive. Now come on, grab your friends and let's get out of here." Tommy offers his hand, but that's when Tyler grabs it. Getting back to his feet, Tyler calls out to the other foot soldiers to fall on him. They're leaving elsewhere. Shredder and Rita watch what's happening, with Shredder stating it was seen that Stockman's hybrids proved to be troublesome. Oliver's escape will be inconsequential if your monster has defeated the Turtles and retrieved their morphers, just as you promised. Rita scoffs, stating that it's only a momentary setback, but if he doubts her abilities, perhaps his fabled dimensional allies could be of assistance. Shredder tells her no, the price for their involvement is too heavy to gain favor with them. We must retrieve the Rangers' morphers ourselves. Rita then says that she's beginning to have doubts regarding our little partnership, and Shredder tells her perhaps we should stop blaming each other and take a more direct approach. Soon the Technodrome bursts out of the ground in Central Park, and Bebop asks Rocksteady if he's ready. Rocksteady laughs, telling him I've always wanted to level a city, and Rita tells them, "The two of you better not let me down." Lightning strikes down on Bebop and Rocksteady, and the two suddenly begin to grow to the size of Zords. Down in the sewers, everyone watches, with Donnie stating that the damage that those two could do would be catastrophic. Jason asks Billy if there's any progress on reconnecting the morphers, and Billy tells him Alpha's close, but we're not there yet. So Jason's sigh is selling them, "We only have one other option." He looks at the Turtles, and Donnie asks, "Wait, no, really, you want us to fight that?" Moments later, Ralph asks Donnie, "Why aren't you driving?" and Leo tells him, "You wanted to be the red one so badly that makes you the driver." As the Megazord rises, Donnie asks, "Can we please just take a moment and enjoy the fact that we are piloting a giant metal robot, please?" The Megazord charges in, punching down on Bebop and Rocksteady with Raph stating that he could get used to this, push a button, and Sokka Mutant April says, "Hey guys, are we just going to ignore the big scary techno drone over there?" And Leo tells them that they need to focus on one thing at a time. Once they deal with these two, they can take out the techno drill, but at that moment several missiles hit the back of the Megazord, with Mikey yelling out, "Hey, what was that?" The Megazord is hit again with a spinning drill tail, and Shredder tells them, "You are foolish, so much power, and this is how you use it." Shredder commands the dragon sword off in the distance, and as the tail winds up again, it knocks the turtles down to the ground. Raph asks if there's any way to get them back up, and Donnie yells to him that he's trying, but these controls aren't made for turtle fingers. As Bebop and Rocksteady are getting closer, Zordon tells the Rangers that the turtles are in need of assistance. "Are you in position?" Billy radios back stating that they're almost there, the turtles just need to hang on a little bit longer. Soon the Dragon Zord stomps through, and Shredder tells them, "I have waited an eternity for this moment. I only wished that I could have done it with my bare hands. Farewell, turtles, we both deserved better." But at that moment Billy calls out that they may be able to oblige a little turtle power. As the thundering footsteps start to come closer and closer, Mikey asks, "Hey Donnie, is that a giant metal head dude's been working out?" Donnie asks how did they manage to pull that one off, and Billy tells him that it's all thanks to his android and miniaturizing Ray, with a few modifications of course, but in a pinch they can get an instant emergency Zord. Zack Elsa, they need to hurry, they've got a city to save. And as Metalhead begins to charge its cannon arm, Rocksteady lunges, and shouting that they're about to get the horn, the Rangers catch Rocksteady, and once the candidate is fully charged, it releases an electrical shock, knocking him back with no one to interfere. The turtles then take down Bebop, leaving only Shredder's Dragon Zord left. Jason calls out that it's time to surrender and hand over the coin, but Donnie tells the others that they have the crown cannon locked. They're running on empty over here. Billy tells them that they can help with that, transferring power now as Metalhead begins to transfer all of its power to the Megazord. The crown cannon then begins to fire, locking the Dragonzord into place. Suddenly there's a power spike coming out of the Technodrome, and Jason tells them that that thing is a lot of firepower. They're all running and empty here. Zordon radios into the Megazord, telling the turtles that the Megazord has an innate adaptive capability they must utilize that now before it's too late. Bring your vessels together, combine your strengths, defend your weakness, and as one you will create the Turtle Megazord. As the two giants combine as a flash of light, and as it fades, the massive Turtle Megazord stands up. And Jason says that they're locked in full power. Donnie tells him that all systems are green, and the Turtle Megazord leaps into the air, and as it comes back down it begins to cut into the Techno Drill, cutting it into 100 pieces. Later, back at the command center, Jason says that Shredder managed to escape, and Tommy adds, "Yeah, and I'm also still coinless." Zordon says that he understands, but even with the combined strength of their powers, but Billy stops him. "Actually, we might have a solution, we might be able to flip the polarity." Donnie then says, "Oh totally, if we shift the balance in theory." Meanwhile, up on the moon, Shredder asks if she's certain that she can enhance the beam they would need to cover the entire planet, so that only those that he chooses can wield the power coins. Red, alas, come now, after all you've seen, you still don't trust my magical abilities. Shredder tells her that if this doesn't work, I will cast you into the stars and claim your fortress for my own. Rita stops him. Now all guests should never threaten the master of the household. A voice then asks, "What about us? Can we be threatened?" As the Rangers and the turtles teleport in, Rita stops. "Ah, the turtles, the freaks who protect the fairy people who hate them. You've come all this way to die alone with no recognition of reward." Raph stops her. "Yeah, it's kind of what heroes do." And as Rita focuses her magic, Mikey jumps in, swinging, knocking her back, with Rita yelling that they will regret us. The Rangers turn to Shredder, and Shredder asks if they honestly think that they can defeat him in hand-to-hand combat, but Zack tells him that they don't have to, they just need to keep him occupied to do this. Tommy holds out a device, pointing it at Shredder, and as he pulls the trigger, Shredder screams in pain. The blast from the past strips Shredder of the green power coin, with Tommy stating that he was expecting a little more resilience from a ninja master. Now let's see if we can dent the helmet. Tommy punches at Shredder, and as he picks up his morpher he says, "Boy did I miss you, Dragon Zord." He suits back up as the Green Ranger, and Tommy tells Shredder that it's over. Shredder gets ready to attack, informing everyone that he'll die before he surrenders and right now. But before Shredder could do anything, a magical barrier is placed around him, and he asks what sorcery is this. Rita tells him that it's hers now, unless he wants her to hand him over. The two are going to Dimension X to have a talk with these fabled allies. Yes, it's time we had someone qualified to be working with us. As Rita teleports Shredder out, Leo says that he really does wish that the bad guys didn't always get away. Jason fist bumps him, telling him that he knows the feeling, but either way a victory is still a victory. With Shredder and Rita out of the picture for now, the Rangers and the Turtles all head back to the sewers for a much-needed break. But before everyone goes their separate race, Raph tells Tommy that before they go scurrying back to Angel Town or whatever it is, they have some unfinished business. Tommy asks, "What, haven't I already knocked you down enough?" And Raph says, "Sounds like all that morphing mess with your head a bit, because if memory serves, we are about to get even, so how about we break that tie?" As Tommy morphs, Trine even asks if they should stop them, and Donnie says, "Nah, let him get it out of their system." Mikey jumps up yelling, "I'm gonna get some popcorn cause this is gonna be more phenomenal." I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more videos about your favorite comics are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.